All right, guys. Well, I think basically what we're going to start off with is the word motivation, right? Because when you go to researching dog training, first thing that comes up is motivation, right? How are you going to motivate that dog? How does this given system provide incentive for a dog to engage in certain behaviors, right? And so, getting your head around what motivates a dog, sometimes it can be tough. Right? It can be tough to understand because you've heard things, you have preconceived notions about what a dog thinks is important. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. I have people a lot of times, and they'll come down here, and they've been at researching, they've read a book, or they've had another trainer, and they're trying to do food work with the dog, and their food work program, it's not perfect. And so the dog's not responding to it. But what they don't understand is why their neighbor who was in the same class or reading the same book, their dog is responding to the food work perfectly, right? Well, what we have to accept at a base level is that different dogs respond to environmental incentives in different ways. It's just that simple. What turns one dog on does not necessarily turn the next dog on. So you have to be flexible and you have to be honest in your evaluation of what motivates your particular dog. So people call me, people email me all the time, and they're asking me, Stonnie, what should I use to motivate my dog? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know for sure because I don't know you and I don't know your dog. I don't know the circumstances under which you're operating. I don't know how well you're doing your training program. I don't know anything, right? But the advice that I can give you is this. Ask your dog, right? And of course, I don't mean ask your dog, say, hey, Spot, what do you want, right? But try some different things and catalog it. I'm a big fan of journaling. I think all novice dog trainers should have a little notebook where they keep a history of their experiences with their dog. So when you get your dog out and you start giving them food, catalog, how did the dog respond to that particular food work regimen? Maybe put a numerical value on it. Now get a ball out and roll the ball, bounce the ball. See how he responds to the ball being rolled. Does he get excited? Is he indifferent? Get a tug out. Pat him, pat him on the ribs, pat him under his belly. See how he responds. Rub his tail, see how he responds, right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to take a few days and figure out, what are the things on your paper, what are the things that push your dog's buttons, right? Because once you can find what your dog likes to do, then it's pretty simple to build a training regimen around what he likes to do. So you want access to food? Here's the things that you have to do to get access to food. You want to be petted? Here's how you have to behave in order to get me to pet you. You want to chase a ball? Okay, well, luckily I have laid out a clear path that you can go down to get me to throw that ball for you. That's it, guys. You have to understand when you first start out your dog training, you have to be open-minded. Don't choose the method and plug the dog into it. That doesn't work very well. Experiment with your dog. See what drives them, right? Once you find what drives your particular dog, then go to looking at the method. Or take your method and make the adjustments as necessary, okay? But that's my first bit of advice to you as far as vocabulary. When I'm talking about motivation, I'm talking about what drives a dog. When a trainer talks about having a motivational class, okay? Well, he has to. If he's a good trainer, he has to have a big box full of acceptable ways to motivate, right? Okay, some people, they like to narrowly define motivation, and you show up and you have a dog that, it's not a particularly food-driven dog, but their whole class is about food work. Well, okay, listen, food work is not particularly motivating for your dog. Now, are there things that you can do to increase that dog's motivation level as it relates to food work? Sure, I've got a million videos on that. But, okay, maybe you don't want to go through that trouble. Maybe you just want to say, well, my dog likes being petted better, or my dog likes chasing the ball better. How can I use that as the building block of my motivational training program? And a good trainer, he'll let you know, this is how you use those particular incentives, right? Okay, so that's what we're working on. Motivation, right? What drives your dog? What turns your dog on? So when you come out here to talk to me or you talk to another professional trainer, that's when they say motivation, that's what they mean. What turns your dog on? What flips a switch? What gets him going?